Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for today's New Testament video devotion. If you've got your Bible, you can be opening it to John's Gospel, chapter 14. We'll be there in a moment. I want to let you know that this Sunday I'm going to preach a sermon from John chapter 8. John chapter 8, tied to a passage in Proverbs chapter 3. And to answer the question, what does America need from us? What does America need from me? What does America need from you as the people of God? We're going to talk about that this Sunday. So I hope you will join us online on our YouTube channel or Facebook page. You can also find it from, there'll be a link on Sunday mornings from our Twitter account, Instagram accounts, also on our website. But also, if you're in Rock Hill or the surrounding area, we'd love for you to worship with us on campus and in person. 2 services, one at 9 o'clock. That's our traditional service, and then one at 11 o'clock. That's our contemporary service. And man, God's been blessing. We still have the chairs spaced out, separated for physical distancing, but God's blessing, and we're getting close to capacity in our contemporary service. So pray with us. We're looking at options for how we can create overflow or add a second contemporary service. So pray for that. But really excited the way God is moving. Today, as I said, we're in John's Gospel, chapter 14, and before we read the verses, I want to ask you a question. If you're married, you're a husband, you're a wife, how do you know your spouse really does love you? How do you know they love you? As children, how do you know your parents love you? How do we know people love us? Is it because they say they love us? Or is it because of what they do? Well, it does matter that we say, I love you. That is an important thing to do. But saying I love you, if our behavior doesn't match it, it's just so empty. So empty. It's our actions, behavior, that demonstrate, that prove we love somebody, right? Well, it's the same with us and Jesus Christ. We can say we love Jesus, but the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. What do our actions say? What does our behavior demonstrate? Do they show that we love Him or not? Notice what Jesus said about this very important subject in John chapter 14 at verse 21. Okay, verse 21. Jesus said this, "He who has my commandments and keeps them." So you have the commandments, the teaching of Jesus. You keep them, you obey them, is the one who loves me. And he who loves me, Jesus said, the one who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I will love him and will disclose myself to him. So obeying Jesus is an indicator that we love him, and the more we love him, the better we get to know him and the Father. Meaning that disobedience would indicate we don't love him as much as we say. And disobedience also keeps us from really getting to know Jesus well and getting to know God the Father well. Now dropping down to verse 23. He will keep my word. What is his word? Well, you have it. If anyone loves me, he will keep my word. He will obey it. He will follow it. And my Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our abode with him. Then verse 24. He who does not love me, Jesus said, the person who does not love me does not keep my words, does not obey what I say. So, Jesus said the way we show our love for him is by keeping his word, doing what he says, obeying him, keeping his commandments. If we don't keep his commandments, don't keep his word, don't obey his word, don't follow his teaching and how we live and make decisions and so on, when we say we love him, it's kind of hollow. It's like a husband who's selfish and ignores his wife all the time, but, oh, I love you, honey. But his behavior says just the opposite. Don't do that to Jesus. I don't think I want to treat Jesus that way. If you love Jesus, you keep his word, you obey him. That's good advice for all of us. You know the old saying, actions speak loud. They do. They speak loudly when it comes to your love for God and your faith. We are not saved by our works. We're not saved by our obedience, but they definitely demonstrate whether or not we're saved. They definitely demonstrate whether or not we love him and are getting to know him better. So make it your commitment that in the days ahead you're going to obey God. Not to be saved, but because you really are. Because you really love Him. You know when you, going back to where we started, if you love your wife, you love your husband, man, you just want to do good for them. And if you love Jesus, if you really love Jesus, you got more than just churchism, you've got more than just religiosity. You really love Jesus, you want to do good for Jesus. You want to keep His word and obey Him. So, love Jesus well. Love Jesus well. And you will get to know Him and the Father even better. Hey, God bless you. Thank you for watching. Look forward to being with you next week as we continue these devotions in John. We'll be in chapter 15 on Monday. And remember, this Sunday, John chapter 8 and Proverbs 3. What does America need from us, from me, and from you? Look forward to seeing you Sunday as well as next week. God bless you, and you have a great weekend now.